All eyes were on the young and ever-graceful Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway as she stepped into the spotlight on a star-studded evening that combined royalty, diplomacy, and dazzling elegance. On June 23, 2025, the royal palace in Oslo became the scene of a grand gala dinner hosted by King Harald V and Queen Sonja of Norway, in honor of a most distinguished guest, President Emmanuel Macron of France and his wife, First Lady Brigitte Macron. The occasion marked not only a celebration of diplomatic ties between France and Norway but also a rare public appearance of the radiant princess, whose every step was steeped in symbolism, style, and significance. It was a night that blended old-world royal tradition with modern European unity. The majestic halls of the royal palace were bathed in candlelight and the soft glow of crystal chandeliers. Velvet drapes fluttered subtly as Oslo's summer breeze danced through the historic windows, and the air was charged with excitement. Members of the Norwegian royal family, dignitaries, politicians, and honored guests mingled in the grandeur of the state dining hall, but it was Princess Ingrid Alexandra who captured the collective imagination of everyone in attendance, and millions of admirers around the world. Dressed in a shimmering floor-length gown that channeled both youthful charm and regal poise, the 20-year-old future Queen of Norway made an unforgettable impression. Her elegant silhouette and soft yet confident posture revealed how seamlessly she is stepping into her role as the next generation of the House of Glucksburg. Standing alongside her parents, Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit, she exuded a mix of familial warmth and royal gravitas that few young royals managed to master so effortlessly. This appearance wasn't just a matter of looking the part. Princess Ingrid Alexandra's presence at such a high-profile diplomatic event sent a powerful message. The Norwegian monarchy is preparing for the future, and this poised young woman is being gently and deliberately introduced to the delicate world of international relations and royal protocol. Her upbringing has long been tailored for this path, with subtle public exposures and a carefully measured introduction to national and international responsibilities. But this night marked something different. This was her moment to shine not as a child of the monarchy, but as its emerging symbol. The gala dinner came on the heels of bilateral talks between Norway and France, where issues ranging from climate change cooperation, cultural exchange, and European security were discussed. President Emmanuel Macron's visit to Oslo was not only symbolic but substantive. Norway, though not an EU member, is a strategic ally in Europe's defense and energy spheres, and Macron's warm reception by King Harald and Queen Sonja highlighted the strong and enduring friendship between the two nations. The presence of Princess Ingrid Alexandra, positioned prominently beside her parents throughout the evening, underscored the growing importance of her public role in shaping Norway's image on the global stage. Inside the palace, white-gloved attendants served a decadent menu of Nordic culinary artistry paired with French wines, as classical music enveloped the room with a subtle romanticism. President Macron, known for his charm and political tact, was seen exchanging warm and animated conversation with the young princess, perhaps a nod to the kind of political soft power only royal engagements can truly cultivate. Beside them, Brigitte Macron, ever elegant in her signature tailored silhouette, spoke graciously with Crown Princess Mette-Marit, the two women sharing what appeared to be a genuinely warm and empathetic rapport. The media captured every angle of this resplendent evening, from the arrival of the presidential motorcade to the glowing smiles of the Norwegian royals as they stood side by side with their French counterparts. Yet it was the subtle details, Princess Ingrid Alexandra's confident eye contact, her impeccable understanding of royal etiquette, and her poised engagement in diplomatic discussions, that left the most lasting impression. Her gestures were small yet deeply symbolic. A gentle nod here, a graceful smile there, the way she stood shoulder to shoulder with her father, the future king. These moments painted a picture of a princess who is not only ready to represent her nation but one who may redefine what it means to be a 21st-century monarch. Observers around Europe took note. Social media buzzed with praise for her elegance and maturity. Royal watchers in Denmark, Sweden, and the UK shared side-by-side comparisons of her emergence with that of Princess Estelle of Sweden or Lady Louise Windsor of Britain. The consensus was clear. Ingrid Alexandra is becoming a leading face in the new era of royalty, an era that blends tradition with relevance and symbolism with substance. What makes this even more poignant is the history behind Princess Ingrid Alexandra's journey. As the first female heir to the Norwegian throne in over 6 centuries, her rise holds special meaning. The constitutional amendment made in 1990 ensured that royal primogeniture would no longer favor sons over daughters. Her grandfather, King Harald V, who once had to wait years to marry Queen Sonja due to her commoner status, now proudly watches his granddaughter break centuries-old ceilings simply by being prepared, educated, and dignified. It is this intergenerational narrative that makes her appearance so meaningful. As Queen Sonja watched the princess from across the table, there was a visible sense of legacy, of pride, and perhaps of deep emotional resonance. For King Harald, who has served as monarch for over 3 decades, the knowledge that his granddaughter is ready to carry the royal mantle must be both comforting and historic. As cameras flashed and the evening progressed, conversations about art, diplomacy, and youth engagement in politics filled the air. Princess Ingrid Alexandra, having completed her national service and further studies, spoke knowledgeably on topics close to her heart: climate advocacy, youth representation, and education access. These weren't scripted lines. Her passion was authentic, her words carried weight. Every detail, from her dress to her demeanor, felt meticulously chosen not just for aesthetics, but for symbolism. President Macron acknowledged her with visible admiration, and French media praised the princess for her elegance and intellect. It's clear that her presence did not go unnoticed, and that her role is now being recognized far beyond Norwegian borders. For a monarchy often praised for its low-key, relatable nature, this calculated yet warm introduction of the future queen marked a strategic evolution. Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit stood proudly by her side, visibly comfortable with the shift in spotlight. As devoted parents and seasoned royals, they seem to understand that this transition is not only necessary but welcome. Their daughter's increasing public presence signifies a new phase in Norwegian royal life, one that connects the wisdom of the past with the dynamism of the future. The gala eventually transitioned into a night of laughter, toasts, and a shared vision of Franco-Norwegian friendship. As President Macron raised his glass in tribute to Norway's resilience, its natural beauty, and its royal dignity, Princess Ingrid Alexandra's smile reflected not just personal joy but a generational promise. She is not merely standing in her family's shadow, she is walking confidently into her own light. As the night drew to a close and the French delegation departed under Oslo's starlit skies, the royal palace remained illuminated, both literally and symbolically. Princess Ingrid Alexandra's appearance at this prestigious event confirmed what many royal watchers have long anticipated: the future of the Norwegian monarchy is in capable hands. With grace, intellect, and authenticity, she has begun carving out a role that feels not just inherited, but earned. The gala may be over, but its echoes will be felt for years to come. For Norwegians, it was a reaffirmation of their modern monarchy's relevance. For international observers, it was a glimpse into the quiet power of soft diplomacy orchestrated through royal elegance. And for Ingrid Alexandra herself, it was another step toward a destiny written not only by tradition but also by character and vision. In a world where monarchies are constantly adapting, criticized, and reassessed, the sight of a young princess embodying both humility and strength becomes not just a matter of national pride, but a beacon of hope for the enduring power of grace and duty. As dawn faded into the golden hues of summer twilight in Oslo, the royal palace stood as a beacon of centuries-old heritage that continues to evolve with purpose and poise. Inside those gilded walls, a new chapter in Norwegian history was gently unfolding, not through formal proclamations or revolutionary gestures, but through the quiet power of presence. Princess Ingrid Alexandra, with every step she took that evening, reinforced not only her readiness for royal duties but also the trust her nation is beginning to place in her. This was not simply a young woman attending a diplomatic event, it was the emergence of a leader in the making, unveiled in a swirl of silk, symbolism, and sincerity. While President Emmanuel Macron's state visit was focused on diplomacy, economic cooperation, and cultural dialogue between France and Norway, the gala dinner also served as a soft power stage, a place where formality met warmth, where royalty met political leadership, and where legacy met the future. From the moment the royal family emerged to greet their guests, the visual harmony between generations was apparent. King Harald and Queen Sonja, now in the twilight of their reign, stood with dignity and grace as they welcomed Macron and his wife. At their side, Crown Prince Haakon exuded stately composure, his hand gently placed behind his daughter's back in subtle reassurance. But it was Princess Ingrid Alexandra who stole the spotlight, her elegance capturing the gaze of not just photographers but a nation watching in admiration. Her gown, designed by a renowned Norwegian designer and believed to feature subtle embroidery of Nordic flora, was both a fashion statement and a cultural nod. Paired with family heirloom jewelry, a delicate tiara once worn by Queen Maud and passed down through generations, her entire ensemble told a story. It spoke of history and continuity, of femininity and strength, of pride in heritage and the grace to wear it lightly. As she moved through the grand hall greeting foreign dignitaries, her interaction was confident and composed. With the grace of a seasoned diplomat, she addressed guests in multiple languages, a testament to her international education and upbringing. Observers noted that this wasn't her first formal event, but it was perhaps the most symbolic one yet. Her previous engagements, such as attending National Day ceremonies, military training milestones, and youth conferences, have steadily prepared her for this transition. But a gala hosted in honor of a foreign head of state, attended by political heavyweights in global media, carries a different kind of weight. Her successful navigation of such an event signals to the Norwegian people, and to the world, that Princess Ingrid Alexandra is being groomed for a role far greater than ceremonial presence. She is being shaped into a global representative of Norwegian values, resilience, equality, environmental stewardship, and quiet dignity. Inside the palace's stately dining room, conversation flowed as elegantly as the wine. President Macron, known for his sharp intellect and European idealism, reportedly engaged Ingrid Alexandra in thoughtful discussion about youth activism and climate policy, an area where both Norway and France are closely aligned. The princess, having previously spoken at environmental forums and youth summits, responded not as a passive observer but as an informed voice. This ability to participate in high-level conversations with poise and depth marks her as a rare royal, one who can bridge tradition with relevance. The interaction between Brigitte Macron and Crown Princess Mette-Marit also became a focal point of interest. The two women, though from vastly different backgrounds, shared warm conversation and exchanged ideas on education and mental health awareness, both of which are key areas of focus in their respective public roles. Their camaraderie underscored the power of royal diplomacy not just in statecraft, but in human connection. And watching quietly but attentively was Ingrid Alexandra, absorbing not only the words spoken but the subtle dynamics of soft leadership and international etiquette. The ambiance of the evening was one of respectful celebration. Toasts were made, hands were shaken, and glasses clinked under chandeliers that had seen generations of kings and queens come and go. Music played softly in the background, a selection of Norwegian compositions intertwined with classical French symphonies. A string quartet, nestled near the marble staircase, played Edvard Grieg's Holberg Suite as guests took their seats. As Ingrid Alexandra gently adjusted her tiara before smiling at a nearby ambassador, one couldn't help but sense the weight of history resting lightly upon her shoulders. While much of the night celebrated Franco-Norwegian ties, it was also a quiet rehearsal for the future queen. Her ability to carry herself amid such international presence is not the result of performance but of preparation. Her education, which includes time spent at the Eldbakken Upper Secondary School, military service in the Norwegian Armed Forces, and international studies, has been strategic. It's not just about preparing a royal for ribbon cuttings, it's about sculpting a stateswoman who can one day lead with heart and wisdom. Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit have long been known for their progressive approach to parenting, balancing the rigor of royal life with the freedoms of modern upbringing. Their influence on Ingrid Alexandra is evident. She is confident but grounded, articulate yet approachable. Her interactions are not rehearsed, they are genuine. In many ways, she embodies the best of both worlds, the stability of royal heritage and the adaptability of modern leadership. Meanwhile, King Harald, ever the figure of serene strength, watched his granddaughters rise with a mix of pride and quiet introspection. For a monarch who weathered wars, personal sacrifice, and societal transformation, seeing Ingrid Alexandra blossom into a global royal must feel both gratifying and poignant. He and Queen Sonja, pioneers in breaking royal convention by marrying for love, now see their legacy carried forward by a granddaughter who may one day be a queen in a world vastly different from the one they inherited. International press has already begun drawing comparisons between Ingrid Alexandra and other young royals poised to take their places on the European stage. While Princess Leonor of Spain and Princess Catharina Amalia of the Netherlands have also made public debuts, it's the quiet strength of the Norwegian air that sets her apart. Her media presence is minimal, her lifestyle modest, and her focus grounded. Norway's royal family has long prided itself on simplicity and relatability, and Ingrid Alexandra's Gala night presence echoed that ethos. No pomp for pomp's sake, only elegance rooted in authenticity. This measured yet meaningful debut also offers insight into how the monarchy is carefully shaping its image in the modern era. As global scrutiny intensifies and calls for transparency grow louder, the Norwegian royals have maintained a delicate balance, preserving tradition without clinging to elitism. Princess Ingrid Alexandra's involvement in public service projects, her candid remarks about mental health, and her engagement with youth causes present a refreshing vision for royalty, one that leads with service and listens with sincerity. The significance of this event also lies in what it represents for young Norwegians. As gender equality continues to evolve and conversations around leadership diversify, having a future queen who exemplifies strength, intellect, and compassion is deeply meaningful. Ingrid Alexandra's path is not just a royal one, it's symbolic of progress. For girls growing up across the country, she stands as a visible reminder that leadership is not defined by gender, and that grace and power can coexist. As the final course of the evening was served, a dessert infused with wild berries and Norwegian cream, the tone of the night turned more relaxed. The princess was seen laughing softly with a young French diplomat, her hand brushing away a strand of hair as she leaned in to listen attentively. Moments like these, fleeting but full of humanity, reveal the real power of monarchy in the modern age: to connect, to empathize, and to inspire by example. The departure of the French delegation was marked by another round of warm exchanges. President Macron personally thanked the Norwegian royal family for their hospitality, making specific mention of Princess Ingrid Alexandra's grace and intelligence. His remarks, though brief, added weight to an already unforgettable evening. As motorcades rolled away and the palace gates quietly closed, Oslo seemed to sigh in contentment, its royal heart beating strongly in the hands of its next generation. In the days following the event, Norwegian newspapers featured glowing coverage of the princess's appearance. International media outlets, French, British, German, echoed the sentiment. Royal bloggers praised her fashion sense, while political analysts highlighted the deeper implications of her involvement. This wasn't just a gala. It was a carefully calibrated moment of transformation, signaling a future that is already arriving. The legacy of the evening won't fade with the candlelight. It will linger in photos, in headlines, and in the hearts of Norwegians who saw something more than elegance. They saw hope. Hope that the monarchy, while ancient, is not outdated. Hope that leadership, while inherited, can still be earned. Hope that Ingrid Alexandra, in all her quiet strength and natural brilliance, is not just ready for the future, but ready to help shape it. And so, as the palace lights dimmed and the moon rose high above the Oslo skyline, a single question remained in the minds of those who watched this magical night unfold. Could this be the dawn of a new kind of monarchy, one where elegance meets empathy, and where the crown rests lightly on a head full of dreams? Do you believe Princess Ingrid Alexandra is destined to become one of the most influential and admired monarchs of her generation, and how do you think her modern approach to royalty will reshape the future of the Norwegian crown? If you were moved by Princess Ingrid Alexandra's breathtaking appearance and her inspiring role in Norway's royal future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts below. Share this video with friends and fellow royal watchers who believe in the power of grace, legacy, and transformation. Turn on notifications so you never miss a royal update. There's so much more to come.